everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we're going to be doing a fill in on this set. As you can see, she has colored acrylic on her nails, and I know I've gotten a lot of people asking me to do a video with me removing the colored acrylic. So the first thing that I'm doing is, of course, removing the bling, and she did break a nail, so I'm going to go ahead and just file that acrylic all the way down. That way it's just going to speed up the process because we're basically thinning out the acrylic. After this, we're going to use a cotton ball with acetone and a little clip and let that acrylic soak off while we finish removing the acrylic from the rest of the nails. As you guys know, every time that I do colored acrylic, I'll always do a layer of the Mia Secret Pink underneath. That way, whenever I come back in to do a fill, instead of having to do a whole new set, you just file it down all the way to the pink acrylic. That way, you know, you could just add more acrylic on top of that. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and finish doing this. I'm using a safety extra coarse drill bit to file down the acrylic. Again, we already have the Mia Secret Pink acrylic underneath, so we're just filing down to that part. So after we finish filing down the acrylic, I'm just going in with a cuticle pusher and just pushing back those cuticles. And this is just going to help expose the new growth and help with reducing lifting. After that, we're going to go in with the 180 sanding band, and we're just removing the shine from the natural nail. Remember, our body produces a lot of oils. Those oils happen to be on our natural nails, which is why our nails are naturally shiny. So we just have to go in and remove that shine. Again, this is a 180 sanding band. I'm using my Melody Susie Scarlet Nail Drill. I'll be sure to leave the link and the promo code down below so you guys can go check them out. And I'm using this at 5,000 RPMs. Whenever I'm filing the acrylic down, I use it at 10,000 RPMs. And then again, for this part, I'm using it at 5,000. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and take off the little clip. As you can see, the acrylic is completely soaked off. So I just push back the cuticles, and then same thing, we're going to go in there with the 180 sanding band, removing the shine. And then we're going to go ahead and apply a nail tip on there. Remember that when you're applying the nail tips, you want to make sure that it fits exactly from sidewall to sidewall. And also make sure that, of course, you dust the nails off before you do that. That way the nail will stick to the natural nail. For the glue, I'm using the KDS glue. For the nail tips, I'm using my regular nail tips, which will be back on my website soon. I went ahead and trimmed the nail down, measuring it against the other nail, and then I'm going to go ahead and clip the sides down. That way it saves me a little bit of time whenever I start shaping. And we're going to file the sides and the free edge at exactly a 90-degree angle. And then I'll just gently go in there and like blend the nail tip right in the middle. When you're doing this, you're not filing too much when you're blending the nail tip. Literally just going in there and gently doing it, because I know I just had someone telling me that when they were blending the nail tip broke off. So you're literally just filing a little bit. Like, don't think about it too much, just literally blend it out. After that, we're going in with the Young Nail Protein Bond, and we're applying that on the natural nail only. This is going to help the acrylic adhere to the nail a lot better. And then next, we're going to go in with the acrylic. So I'm using, of course, the base of the Mia's Secret Pink, which is really translucent. And as always, the reason why I do this is because next time when she comes back, most likely we're going to do a fill with more colored acrylic. So that way we can just file it away just like we did today and do something different. So I'm just going in and doing that base first. And then for this set, we're going to be using the Mia's Secret Beige Nude, or Blush, I think it's called. I forgot what it's called, but I'll be sure to leave it down below. And for that, I'm just again doing this base first. That way it will be dry whenever we come back with the nude. And then I'm also going to be using some other colored acrylics, which will be a mixture of the Mia's Secret ones as well as some from Nail Supply Glamour. Also remember that when you're working with colored acrylics, we're only applying those for the color. We're going to build the apex and the thickness at the tip when we actually come back and encapsulate this. So again, don't worry about using too much colored acrylic, because we're not building the nail with that. So after that, we are going to be using some sequins, which is the glitter sequins. And with these, I get a little bead of acrylic, and then I dip that little bead into the sequins, and then I just place it on the nail. And then same thing, we're going to come back in and use that nude acrylic, and we're going to do kind of like an ombre. But again, make sure that you pick the sequins up with a little bit of acrylic. That way they stick to the nail really good. Alrighty, so for the middle finger, we're going to do the same thing that we did on the pinky. So we're just doing the nude over the Mia's Secret Pink, and then after this we're going to come back and encapsulate it. On the pinky, I'm still going to add a little bit on the tip. As you can see, you can still see a little bit of the blue that was left on there that I couldn't file away. So I'm going to add just a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and encapsulate it. The reason why I encapsulate it with the Mia's Secret Pink is because, as always, I have a lot of it and I don't have a lot of the clear. So that's why I just use the pink, and it's really translucent, so you can't really tell that it's pink. And then I also also do it because whenever you come back into file, if you file too much on the colored acrylic, it's gonna look patchy. So that's why we go in with the Mia Secret Pink. Alrighty, so for this ring finger, we're going to go in with the colored acrylics. So this pink is actually the Ice Cream Mia Secret Pink Acrylic. This next one is the Lemon Zest, which is also by Mia Secret. The blue one is by Nail Supply Glamour. I don't remember the name. I think they actually go by numbers, and I don't remember the number. And then I'm going to, just alternate the colors. So I'm going to go in and start again with the pink, and then the green, and then the blue again. And then for the glitter, I'm going to be using my Nail Supply Glamour AB Glitter Acrylic in the number 1. And I'm going to come back and just add it over the top of the nail, kind of going like at an angle. And then we're going to go in and encapsulate this with the pink. Alrighty, so same thing for the thumb. So I'm going to go ahead and do the base of the Mia Secret Pink. After that, we're going to go in with the colored acrylics, applying them at an angle. And remember that when you're working with colored acrylic, you want to make sure that you only use a little bit at a time. So as you can see, I literally only dip my brush into the colored acrylic and place it on the nail. You don't want to apply too much because then the nail is going to be super thick. So just apply literally a small bead and then just add more if you need it. Alrighty, so we're basically going to do the same thing on the other hand. So on this pinky and the ring finger, we're doing the nude acrylic. And then on the middle finger and the index finger, we're going to do the colorful ones. And then on the thumb, we're going to do the one with the ombre sequence nails. So basically the same thing, just switching up some of the fingers. So I'm going to go ahead and just let you watch, and then I'll be back. Alrighty, so next we're going to go in and just reshape the nails. So same thing as when you're filing them at first, we go in at a 90-degree angle on the sides and the fridge to make sure that it's super straight. After we finish reshaping the nails, I'm going to go in with my fine drill bit. And actually this one's the extra fine. I think I mentioned in some of my videos that I have some girls that have like sensitive skin or cuticles. And this girl happens to be one of them. So this is an extra fine drill bit by Pana, and you can find these on Amazon. And I'm just going around the cuticle area really gently, going from the right side over to the left side, just going back and forth until I'm able to see where her cuticle is, where her natural nail is, and where her acrylic is. That way I know that the acrylic is not on the skin. And then of course just following the rest of the nail to make sure that it's nice and even. But make sure that you spend a little bit more time around the cuticle area, because that's where your lifting will come from. So again, this is an extra fine drill bit. I'm using it at 10,000 RPMs, and this is the Melody Susie Scarlet Nail Drill. Alrighty, so after we finish filing all of the nails, we're going to go ahead and buff the nails. And I'm just using one of these little buffers, which will be on my website again. And we're just buffing them to make sure that we get rid of any of the scratches left on the nails from the hand file or the e-file. And as you can see, I always run my thumb over the top of the nail to make sure that it's nice and smooth. If not, I go in and buff a little bit more. Alrighty, so I dust the nails off and wipe them off with an alcohol wipe. And then next we're going to go in and just add some bling. So I'm only applying it to the pinky and the middle finger on this hand. So of course I'm using my Soleil nail adhesive. I'm using my AB SS6 and SS12. And my wax pencil to apply the bling. Once we applied all of the bling, we're going to spray those nails with the Mia Secret Gel Resin Activator, which is going to help the glue dry a lot faster. And then after that, we're going to do the Madam Glam Gel Top Coat on all of the nails, and we're going to cure them for 60 seconds. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look. As you can see, they turned out really pretty. I love the different color ones and the ones with the sequins. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GetNo32, and I'll see you guys next time.